Okay, so here we come to factorising. All right, so factorising, we start with a quadratic. So a quadratic is an expression with algebra, and it has to have an x squared in it, right? This one's got x squared and some x's and a number. Now, factorising means to put that into a double bracket, okay? So factorise, put this specific thing into a double bracket. Sometimes single bracket factorisation, but this is a double bracket factorisation. So what do we do? Well, if you remember the expanding technique using the grid method, you will know that this x squared we would find from this square, and this positive 6 we would find from this particular square. That would mean this would have to be an x and an x here. All right, now let's go and put our brackets down here for the factorisation. We can then find out what we think we would have to do to get the 6. So the idea is to get this answer of 6, we have to have something here times by something here to get the 6 in there. So can you see it could be a 6 times 1 to get the 6? But then that would be a 6x here and a 1x here, right? 1 times x. And x here times 6 here, 6x. But this 6x plus x has to make the 5x here. So it's a bit of guess and check, but it's educated guess and check, and you should find that actually 3 here and a 2 here, both positive. Now let's check that out. Can you see that the 3 times the 2 gives the 6? 3 times x is 3x. X times 2 is 2x. And these guys will combine to give the 5x. So let's go and finish this one off then. So factorising using the grid technique, this will be a 3x positive. This will be a 2x positive. That seems to do it, right? Because look, the 2x plus the 3x does give us the 5x that we want. Okay, let's transfer to our brackets. This now is one bracket, x plus 3. And this guy is another bracket, x plus 2. So there you go, using the grid method to factorise. So let's go ahead and try this one. So this is going to be like this. Now you can go straight to the brackets because I think we know it has to be x times x, right? X times x will give me the x squared. But let's go ahead and put the grid to good use. The x squared would appear, that must be then, and the negative 6 must appear here, right? And, well, I'm going to try 3 and 2 again, right? Let's go and try 3 here, and let's try 2 here, x here and x here, and let's see if that works, okay then? So the 3 times the x is 3x, the 2 times the x is 2x, but look, to get negative 6, one of these numbers has to be negative, right? So we've got to play with one of those numbers being negative. Now, when you play with it, if you make this negative and this positive, this will be plus 3x minus 2x. And can you see? Positive 3x minus 2x will give me positive 1x. So indeed, we've found it. Let's go and transfer in then. We'll have x plus 3 as a factor here. We'll have x minus 2 as a factor. Yeah. Final is a tough one because we've got more factors to try. First of all, let's go and put our 2x squared here. Let's put our negative 20 there. And we can see, can't we, that this would have to be 2x times x. That's great. And now, to try and get negative 20, can you see the factors? It's 20 times 1. It's 10 times 2. It's 5 times 4. So we've got different choices to make, and all of these numbers would go in this place. Usual advice is start with the numbers closest together. So let's try with a 5 and a 4. Okay. The 5 times the x is a 5x. The 4 times the 2x is an 8x. Now, can we combine 5x and 8x to make the minus 3x? Oh, yeah, we can. We can make it minus 8x here, but that would mean it has to be negative 4 here. All right. So that was a lucky first guess and check. 5 and 4, the numbers closest together first. Once we did that, we managed to actually check that the x's, just got rid of the grid there. We managed to check that the x's actually did simplify, right? So let's just go through that again. In here, we're going to make that positive 5 because then things fit together. And the final factorisation then is the 2x plus 5 and the x minus 4. And if we cross-check, here was the previous work we did. 2x squared minus 3x minus 20. We created that from the 2x plus 5 and the x minus 4. Yep, there we go.